couple of quick sound checks and then we'll be off. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Okay. That worked. Oh. So does that. Okay, good morning everybody. My name is Osa. We are playing Farming Simulator 22 on Maypole Farm. It is episode 33. It is the first day of May and it's almost midday. I have been out doing 5 silage contracts and we have here the last of the silage that I need to take to the bale sell point, because I managed to fill up the BGA with all of the silage thus far. Now I think what actually happens is it will accept all the silage normally from the contracts. Oh, hi car. But then once you've delivered the contracts, it will only let you deliver 50,000 more silage before the BGA gets filled up. And unfortunately I've ended up with an odd number of bales, so we're going to take 2 trips here. Thinking of knocking that house down. It might be a thing. But anyway, we should also check to see if the dairy has made things. Oh, the dairy has made a thing. That's good. So, dairy production is going, and we've had that running for a while now, but yeah, I'm not sure how we're going to get around production of milk versus turning milk. Oops. It's not entirely what I had planned, into useful stuff that sells for more money. So yeah, it took me about 3 hours to get 5 contracts done. What I did was I took 2, I borrowed the equipment on 2 of the contracts. One of them gave me a big M, and the other one gave me a round baler wrapper combo, so I could do everything really quick as opposed to having to spend another hour wrapping all the bales manually. And obviously the big M is a very quick way of getting stuff done. Now, this week we took the opportunity, Mrs. Osa home from hospital, I probably mentioned that last week, but this week we took everything down in the office and cleaned it all and lots of other things. That's annoying me. There. We took the rug out of the office, which means the sound quality might have changed on the stream. And that's not entirely intentional, but the rug was just a little bit too small, so half the wheels on the office chairs were off the rug and would get caught up in it and pull it up, and it was just awkward. So not having a rug here means that the chairs are much freer running, which brings up another problem. When you're playing driving games with foot pedals, the chair has a tendency to wander. So that's a bit of a problem. On the bright side, the new desks don't have an edge along the front, so I can actually mount the side panel on the desk, and it's not sitting away from me at an angle on a fold-up table. So we have more space because I don't have the fold-up table anymore out here. And so this is episode 33, and we are about to start our marathon 2 weeks of streaming. My company is closed Friday and Monday of the next 2 weekends, so there will be early morning streams on both of those days in addition to Saturday. Again, they might not be sort of 8:30 to 1 o'clock, they may be a little bit shorter. Also, I have the beginnings of a cold, flu, COVID something, and so my voice is a little bit off this morning as well. But, that's really my problem. What else has been happening? That's pretty much all that's happening this week. It is in the process of snowing now outside, so that's all good fun, although it looks like it might have stopped. I think we have snow on and off all day today, and we got sort of an icing sugar dusting of snow overnight, so not a significant amount of snow. But I have no plans to go out today. Although, what with the desks and everything else, we do have plans to crush up a ton of cardboard, stick them in the back of the car so I can take them to the cardboard recycling place tomorrow. Meanwhile, on the farm we are back to a level of money that makes me a little bit more comfortable. Which is always good. At least as far as I'm concerned, always good. You get past that turn and that's good for me. So I think for game day this afternoon, we are looking at, pretty sure I need to fertilise the grass. So we'll get the sprayer out and do that. And I think one of our fields still has weeds on it, which I'm going to have to deal with. In fact, I could probably review that. There we go. Now... Okay, lots of green. That's good. Weeds. 51 has weeds. 49 does not have weeds. Doesn't need ploughing wrong much of that. Oh, fertilizer, you can't tell. That map. This field here. So 52 needs fertilizer. It should be the same shade as 55. Our environmental score's a little low. We're low on nitrogen, low on pH. Weed control, that would be 51. Soil sampling. And Tillage 7.7. What are we missing with soil sampling? Okay, I'm not seeing any blue squares, or sorry, blue numbers, which would indicate that we have a field that hasn't been sampled. Updated data. That's interesting. I don't know. I suppose, actually, let's go back to that. Oh, don't select the field. Okay, that's... Oh, that one's 65. The bottom one, tillage, obviously, and the top one, nitrogen. Interesting. Nitrogen is fertilization, and that is thinking that fertilization just absolutely sucks on that field. And yet it's green. Might need to run out there with the Deutz with the crop sensors on just to get the benefit, and this one again. Okay, and then as I said, we have weeds on 51, so we'll have to deal with that as well. So that's the plan for at least the beginning of today. Contracts that are out there, lots of baling, and one fertilization contract on 111. I don't think that's particularly close to us. That's over here somewhere, so probably not doing that. It's a long drive just for £2,000 or whatever it was, £1,000. Cows are doing okay. We got food. We already have a tank of milk, so that needs delivered sometime today. And also, as far as today is concerned, I can do contracts today, but then we are skipping the next 2 days, depending on how far we get with all the things and the stuff. So that's where we stand right now. We'll get the John Deere back to the yard. And we'll drive over a few cars. That was a total disaster. Thank you, cars. Yeah. Entirely my fault, but well, he went. The problem is I'm too close to the fence, I can't move. Let's try it from this side. Well, tractor's off. Now we have to deal with that. There we go. That was a bit of a mess. Anyway. As I was saying, we'll just get back to the farm. Now, there was a patch on the map lately which has resulted in flying deer. I think there was a couple of things got patched this week. So One of them was a script as well. I wish I could remember which one it was, but yeah, Maypole Farm got updated. Something else, and briefly escapes me. A couple of bits of equipment that I have downloaded, not necessarily in use on this farm, also got updated as well. Okay, where did I leave? And that silage is about 2% off being finished fermenting. But not to worry about that for right now. Prices are prices range, I think, from 138 to 160, 70, 170, and current price is 148. So it's not the worst, but it's on the low side. So no rush to sell any silage for us at the moment. And somewhere here is the sprayer over there. And I need to find the fertilizer. That's the weed stuff. We could do the weeding first, I guess. There we go. Push the button enough times, it will happen eventually. And a nice hot cup of tea. And time to fish the tea bag out. Okay, 1,500 litres of herbicide. Hopefully that should work quite nicely for us. Again, hang on a sec. Need to move the wheel around a little bit since it was sitting on a cable, so a little bit wobbly, and again may cause noises in the background as it wobbles backwards and forwards. Should be good now. And it's forward a bit so it's not touching the desk and won't reverberate through to the microphone. What I might think about doing is getting some prints for the wall on canvas, so that there is a little bit of sound dampening in the room, just in case the sound does sound a little echoey. It's a difficult thing to check on a sort of backup PC with not the greatest sound. Okay, let's change nitrogen reference value. No, let's push that button. Turn on crop sense. I don't need the crop sensor on. We have automatic replication rate. I'm thinking that should just work normal. So sprayer is on. Yes, we are selectively killing weeds. Come on, tractor, let's do this thing. Interesting. Not seeing much in the way of spray coming from the nozzles, but I am seeing much in the way of weeds dying. I am really not seeing. Oh, maybe it is. This tractor does have GPS, so I think I don't actually have to use GPS for this because it'll only spray where we haven't been or where it sees the weeds. But using GPS lets us run the most efficient path over the field, so I'm not running more lengths than I need to. Of course, sprayers are quite slow. We are going to need a lime spreader, which means a big trailed lime or big trailed spreader. But sometimes I think we might benefit from a little rear-mounted spreader that we can just run around small fields with and not worry about the booms hitting the trees and everything else. But again, that means we have more, that's when we have more equipment than we actually need to have around. Oh, there we go. Now I can see the spray. Guess it's the sunlight from the other angles hiding everything. But we're still kind of in the startup phase, so I don't need 2 sprayers and 2 spreaders and 2 everythings. We just need one thing that we need, and eventually pick up equipment that will meet other needs as we go. Okay, that's definitely better. Did I say there was another field that we needed to do the weeds on? I don't think I did. Also, can't remember if spraying weeds is an immediate update on the environmental score or a when you harvest update on the environmental score. Should be when you do it. Obviously, to maximize our environmental score bonus, we want that as maxed out as we can get it. So pretty much always working towards that goal. Okay. Turn that off, run up to the top of the field, and I can GPS the entire rest of this. That's back on. So yeah, good to see Millennial Farmer's got his shed up and running, and is putting stuff in it. Said there's no lights and there's only power outlets by the front door. So he has to pull all the equipment that has issues starting because of battery drain next to the front door, so it'll reach the charger. But he said, come spring he's going to get the electrician in to install lights and other power outlets. But it's a storage point, and because he doesn't have animals, he doesn't do a lot in the way of farming over the winter months. So that the fields are prepared as much as he can do. They're now freezing over, so you're not able to dig them anymore. And the farm kind of sits there for a few months during the winter months. But I know, the cattle farmers I know, you've got to feed your cows all winter, so it's not like you get any time off for the cows. Fortunately, our local beef farmer has some, I think, upper teenage kids who can help on the farm, especially when he needs to take a vacation or do stuff. The boy is actually quite an accomplished welder and what have you, so they're able to keep their own equipment running without too much recourse to expensive mechanic facilities. Anyway. One thing I'm not we still haven't determined here is should I get a hoe to deal with these weeds rather than spray them all the time? Because the act of adding herbicide to the field, in base game, it damages the crop. And obviously that's not the bestest of things. And Patchwork, good morning, welcome to Saturday stream. And the weekend before Christmas. So actually Mrs. Osa gets her staples out, we think tomorrow. So that's going to be, no, not tomorrow, Monday. But then she should be able to, at least light tasks, be up and about doing things. Which means a little less nursing time for me. I will have to help her when she gets up, or shortly after she gets up. It depends what time she gets up. Well, sometimes she stays in bed until 11. Depends on how good a night's sleep she got. And she's not really sleeping well because she can't lie down. So she's sleeping in the recliner. That helps her lie down and helps her get up. And that's the problem. You've been cut open in your abdomen. There's a lot of strain there, and it's quite tender because obviously someone went at you with a knife. So it can hurt to move around. So using a recliner, because the recliner's doing the lifting and what have you, it's relieving the strain on her